Are asylum seekers in Ireland now paying for their own state-provided accommodation? This sounds small, but it changes how the entire system works. Quick refresher, because this matters. IPAS, the International Protection Accommodation Service, is the Irish state system that houses asylum seekers while their applications are processed. Under EU law, it has to provide accommodation, food, and basic support. That hasn't changed. But here's the twist most headlines are burying. If you're an asylum seeker and you're working, the government now wants a slice of your paycheck to go back into that system. Here's the actual rule. Asylum seekers in Ireland can legally start working after 6 months of waiting on their application. Under a new income-based contribution scheme approved by the government, those who work and live in state accommodation will now pay between 15 and €238 a week, roughly 10 to 40% of their income, depending on how much they earn. But here's what most people are getting wrong about this rule, and it's the part that actually decides whether it's fair. This does not apply to every asylum seeker in Ireland. It only applies to people who are both living in state accommodation and earning above a set threshold, reportedly around €97 a week. If you're not working, or you're below that line, nothing changes for you. So let's sit with that for a second. The same system that houses and feeds people while they wait is now also asking some of them to help pay for it. Supported, but expected to contribute. Both things are true at once. 3 things to be clear on. 1. This is not rent in the normal sense. It's officially framed as a contribution toward food and accommodation costs, not a market rate charge. 2. It's income-based, not a flat fee. The more you earn, the more you contribute, and there's reportedly a hardship waiver built in for people who can't afford it. 3. The wider support system, accommodation, meals, medical care, stays in place regardless. This is a partial contribution model layered on top of an existing system, not a replacement for it. So why introduce this at all? 2 words: rising costs. Ireland's International Protection Accommodation System has cost well over €1 billion in recent years. Officials estimate roughly 7,500 asylum seekers are currently working while living in state accommodation, and each resident costs the state around €14,000 a year to house. The government's argument is that if you're earning a wage, contributing something back is a fairer split of that cost. The reform is also tied to Ireland, aligning with the EU's wider migration and asylum reforms rolling out through 2026. This kind of policy tends to land differently depending on who you ask. Supporters see it as a step toward shared responsibility, people contributing to a system once they're able. Critics argue it risks discouraging people from working legally, or adds pressure to those already navigating a difficult process. There's also a practical concern raised by advocacy groups that deducting money automatically from paychecks could push some low-paid workers toward undeclared work to avoid it. Neither reaction is wrong. They're just weighing different priorities: fairness to the taxpayer versus fairness to people rebuilding their lives. If you want clear, source-checked breakdowns of Ireland's immigration and asylum rules, without the noise, this channel covers it every week. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next update. As for timing, the scheme was approved by government but isn't active yet. Reports point to a roughly 12-month lead-in period, with actual payments expected to begin in late or end of 2026, giving IT systems, accommodation providers, and applicants time to adjust. There's also expected to be a review and appeals process once it's live. So to sum it up, not every asylum seeker pays, only those working and earning above a set threshold. It's a partial, income-based contribution, not full rent, and the core support system stays intact. That's the rule as it stands right now. What do you think about this contribution? Is it just fair, adds more pressure to people who are already navigating complex process, or increases risks of undeclared work? Share your thoughts in the comments. If a new detail changes, we'll cover it here first. Subscribe and follow so you're first to know.